Oh, and you still can't hear me, can you? That would be because I had my microphone turned off. Let me go to the mixing board, and now you can hear me. 'Twas brillig, and the slithy toves did gyre and gimble on the wabe. All mimsy were the borogroves, and the momraths outgrabe. Beware the jabberwock, my son, the teeth that bite, the claws that catch. Beware the jubjub bird, and shun the frumious bandersnatch. Sorry, I had our mic muted because we were playing some Mordor music on the stream. For the Lotro stream yesterday. I forgot to pop me back up when I switched over back to DDO here on my mixing board. So one of the things I'm actually going to be doing to prevent some of these mix-up issues is I'm actually going to have this computer be for DDO, and that computer, the one over there that you can't see, that computer be for Lotro. That way I can have separate backgrounds, I can have separate settings. Everything will be set for one for the other. Bandersnatch. Hey, Steelmaster. So I'm running late because I was just kind of running right into the show here. I had some things I had to do over on the Lord of the Rings Online side. We had a little bit of stream drama yesterday. Someone decided to abuse their editor privileges. So that's what's up with that. I'm running a little bit late. Also, it looks like I hadn't yet updated the DDO client since our hotfix, or our patch yesterday. So anyway, that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm also, while I'm updating this, I am also getting ready. So I, like many of you, do not have a super modern computer at home. I've got a really nice computer on the stream room here because we have a legit business need to make sure it's got like tons of gigs of RAM and all the rest. Because I'm, streaming to Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, running a game client, running XSplit, I want the game to look as good as it can, so I want it to be on ultra high settings and all that sort of thing. So we have a good computer here, and then I go home and I boot up DDO, and I'm like, so slow. Why is it so slow? And it looks like I'm going to be coming into a little bit of money here. Basically, I'm paying off a car, so I'm going to have a little more extra cash and all that sort of thing. I think I'm going to finally do it. My computer is... Okay, so the origin of my computer dates back to 2005. And then it was a hand-built computer. And then over the years, every couple of years, I've just been, adding new things. I upgraded the processor about 5-6 years ago. I upgraded the RAM to 4 gigs of RAM, about 5 years ago. I've been putting in, I got like a Radeon 4850 or something for a graphics card, which generally is all fine. At one point I even added a 40 gig SSD to run DDO on, because SSD, man, seriously, if you are in my position and you want to do one thing that will dramatically improve your DDO experience, get thee an SSD. It'll make those load screens just go like that. But anyway, yes, it is a Frankenstein rig that I've just been kind of making... Actually, I've been making it work just fine. Really for, about 12 years now. But in just really the past year, I've been trying to play a few non-DDO games that my son wants to play, and it's like, you don't meet the min specs. When I get home after, playing on this computer, I'm like, it's slow, it doesn't look as good, everything is booting up, why does it take so long? So, yeah, so I think I'm going to finally upgrade, and if I'm going to do it, I'm going to go big, because it'll probably be another 12 years before I get another computer. So, yeah, looking at a Core i7 4.2 gig, 32 gigs of RAM, GeForce 1060, 6 gigabyte, 240 gig SSD, terabyte non-SSD, 500 watt power supply. Well, I may actually need to update that a little. I don't know if 500 watts going to drive all that stuff. New case even. And all that sort of thing, so. Should be pretty cool. Should I go AMD? So that's what someone said to me. I've heard conflicting opinions about that, King Cosma, who is saying, go AMD, it's cheaper than the Intel line and you get more bang for your buck, but I didn't find that to be the case. When I was doing my research on like Newegg and stuff, there were nowadays, that used to be absolutely the case. But I noticed that, at least nowadays, they both, in terms of the high end of both the i7 and the AMD whatcha, they're all about the same price nowadays. So I'm not sure that that holds true anymore, like it used to. Does it? Okay, let me actually see if I can do this. I want to bring the chat into the game client if I can. Can I just copy paste it? Okay, cool. Looks like we're good. So anyway, that's my current plan here. We'll see how that goes. It's about $1,200, but that's not too bad, really, for all that power and everything. So, any word on the single guild buff icon disappearing with the jump spell or other forms of jump? No, that's a new one to me. I will pass that along. That's news to me. Do I stream on a potato? At home I do, but then at home I don't really stream so much. Usually if I'm streaming Locho or DDO, it's right here on this computer. There have been a few times that you guys have seen me stream, and it works. But I have to lower the settings to like high, and I don't have as fancy a setup to read all the chats and all that sort of thing, so. Sure. Yeah, get a 650 watt. That's what I'm thinking, Cleavebeard, too. Minister than Lotro kills my computer. Yeah. That's interesting about the new guild buff going off when you put on Caneth Boots of Propulsion as well. It sounds like we have some work yet to do there. We kind of had to hack together a bit of a weird way to get it to display. But it sounds like we have some more stuff to do. Interesting, Mortal. DDO is not multi-threaded, which I am aware of, so Intel will be better, huh? Okay. I currently have a quad-core AMD in there, but like I say, it's, geez, 6-7 years old now.
And to make a masterpiece,
yep.
You need the right materials. So go out there and find those jewels.
Also doesn't appear in a blade forged, huh? It's odd. Huh. Anyway, so I'm on Caneth here today for a little bit. I'll probably run one of these new quests, and we'll see what's up with that. So it sounds like we have some more work to do on that. Time to grab an AMD Ryzen and Vega this year. So it's either Core i7 or AMD Ryzen. It is going to be one of those two. I just haven't figured out which one I want to go yet. Ultimately, it's going to come down to cost for me. I'm cool with either. I don't really have any brand loyalty on that stuff. I mean, given, like I say, I update my computer about once every 10 to 15 years. But like I say, I found this pretty good deal for that i7. So, and I wasn't seeing, at least like when I was pricing out components, I wasn't really seeing a big cost savings going AMD this time. And I was also going to go AMD, or GTX 1060 instead of 1070. Mostly because I don't really play a lot of first-person shooters and stuff, so I don't really need to be bleeding edge on it. And for both DDO and Lotro and anything else I'm generally playing, 1060 with, especially a 6 gig 1060 will be just fine. And it'll save me $100 some bucks. Is that the new pack on the background? Yes, I am running the new quests today, now that I'm actually settled in and doing my thing. Welcome to your weekend. We have got a 20% Reaper XP boost going on through this weekend, so we got a pretty nice one going, if you're into that. Yeah, you're right. The big thing, sorry about all the computer talk, but I know you guys are into that too. The big bottleneck right now for me, other than my core, the processor, I've got as fast a processor in my computer that my motherboard, remember my 12-year-old motherboard, can handle. And I'm finally just starting to get to the point that it's just not enough for modern gaming. But the other big bottleneck is that 4 gigs of RAM. Especially when you do things like stream and everything, man, you use that stuff up quick. So... Turvis, I can get you a guest pass. Meet me outside the NPC in Evening Star, and I'll get one for you. You don't really need, if you really are just basically building a DDO PC, you are okay with just like a 40 gig SSD. That'll be enough to run DDO on. That's what I do. I got two 40 gig SSDs that were literally, I think I got them $20 each. There was like a kind of clearing out the old inventory sale. And so I've got one for DDO and one for Lotro. I know I'm going to be real happy when I get the new computer going. A lot of times when I'm streaming at home, I'm actually streaming on console. Because I do, outside of my DDO time and other, Lotro time, I do tend to be kind of a big console gamer. PlayStation gamer, have been really since the 90s. So, but, I'm sure getting a fast computer will bring me back to the PC crowd for a while. Sorry, Clevebeard, you can't make arrangements to go to Gen Con? Well, alright, Turvis. Alright, looks like Turvis isn't going to make it. That's fine. We shall go with what we have. I agree, King Cosmo. In general, I've always, like I said, I went with RAM. Like I said, I've been making this, 12-year-old PC just really last. I mean, it really wasn't until just recently that I started to hit these bottlenecks. Yeah, what's up? Let's just go in. We'll be fine.
If you want, I'm flagged for the last one. If you want to run the last one to show them.
Oh, no, I'm just gonna keep going down the pack here. That's all right. Since I have a little room, I'm gonna get us a hireling as well. CM16. There we go. Hey, from Portugal, Hugo over on Facebook. Nice to see you here. Appreciate you being here. Cool. I'll remember that Zero Cool if I can about the AMD recommendation.
Through underground passages, you spot the first
Yeah,
signs of an
you know,
ancient settlement. Iron
actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, I'm using a Sound Blaster XFI Zero Cool for DD, and I've been using it for years now without any issue. All right. Well, if people feel strongly that maybe I should go for the AMD, I will do a little more research. I'm not a computer pro. I'm not much of a pro of anything, especially when you only upgrade your computer once every 12 to 15 years. But you know, like I say, I've been kind of slowly adding things. I added the SSD. I added the a little additional memory. Actually, at one point I had 2 gigs of memory. I did get a newer. I can't remember what it's called now. An AMD Athlon 2, I think, is really what it is on the quad core. I can't remember exactly what kind it is now, but. All right.
This stately gateway is framed by 2 dark and powerless signal crystals.
Sound cards can be a pain. Yeah, that's true. You know, I tend to go for, I do a lot of podcasting and broadcasting and that. So for me, my sound card is not so much specifically to gaming as it is actually like, say, audio recording and such. So for me, I will often go with like an external solution. I know not everyone's going to be into that, but for me, it's often worked. Oops. Remind me which way the laser comes from in here. I thought it was from across, and you sent it across from up top there, didn't you? No. Zermi asks a question. I miss the Deep Gnome and more sales because I cannot unlock it as a VIP. Is there really no way to find stuff in store as a VIP? No. It was a decision we made back when we were going free to play. I think I even mentioned this on last Wednesday's show, but we had to weigh the desire of VIPs to take advantage of sales
Down from the landing atop this stairwell.
And then potentially unsubscribe versus the customer service cost of people buying the wrong thing or things they can't use. Excuse me. And like it or not, we opted for not being able to allow VIPs to purchase that stuff. Oh, there we go.
You pull the lever and the relay crystal flares into brilliant light.
It's not all Blade Forged. I have a Blade Forged
Did you want all
Wizard.
the optionals or just?
Oh, I don't really care. We could just sort of run the main stuff. Whatever. But I'm also down for the optionals if you want to. It's cool with me. I'm just kind of hanging out for
They're
35
cool.
minutes.
This one appears real cool.
Yeah, okay. Well, let's do it then. Yeah, so I've always been kind of a weirdo on the audio side because I do, like, 4-channel external XLR inputs and things like that, so I've never really gone consumer grade on most of my audio cards. But I do actually have an XFI in there right now that I'm not doing podcasting so much on my home computer. I've just kind of stopped doing it.
Reaches your ears from the west. The mayoral estate is now open.
I've been running DDO fine. It's true, King Cosma. I think for a lot of people, just the onboard sound, really, especially on a more modern computer, is perfectly fine. I happen to notice that on the specs of the one I'm kind of eyeing, that it's got like a 7.1 channel built in just straight to the motherboard. So, heck, I don't need an external sound card for that, But, that said, if you have a 10-year-old computer or whatever, like I've been playing with, that really happened in the days before high-quality external sound cards, or internal sound cards. So, you may well have one. Or, like a lot of other folks, your computer at some point in the last decade gets zapped by lightning, and your sound card's the first to go. Your onboard mother sound is fried, so... Oops. How about I not die? Yet. Do I use OBS for streaming? No, I use XSplit. XSplit Broadcaster in particular. For me, it's a good solution, but then also I am... running this in a professional environment as well. So we have an additional layer of licensing that is necessary. We could just all go OBS, but for Standing Stone Games,
Box is right here.
Essentially also means me, it makes sense for me to just go straight up XSplit. So I paid for a lifetime license of that. If I were just, like, streaming, say, casually or whatever, then, you don't necessarily need to pay for it. You can go with one of those free routes. But I do like the drag and drop and ease of use of XSplit, personally. Any chance we can get the ability to turn Bravery bonus on and off at the quest entrance? No. Use the Bravery Marshal. Why do I still need to uninstall Microsoft Visual C++ 2005 before starting the game? Not to get a where is game client executable error. I don't know why you need to uninstall it. You shouldn't have to. I don't. And it works just fine. It does check to make sure you have it. But it shouldn't be reinstalling it every time. And like on the launcher screen, it'll check to make sure you have the right version of C++. No luck on the box, huh?
He can't find it. It's okay.
That's all right.
You can open it. It's locked, but come back here on the back side.
If I uninstall it, I do not get that error after it installs. Yeah, I mean, whatever works for you, right? I can't explain why you're running into that issue, unfortunately. You know, I am not. But, it's a bummer. For sure.
This next room is a great plot device. I love it.
Nice.
A drow
Oh, yeah,
stands by
yeah.
a table.
Right.
He alternates between reading a book and staring into the
Mysterious
mirror opposite
drow.
him. You quickly page through the records, but it seems that not even a single entry is dedicated to the Jewels of Ardor.
Nice.
Come on, boys, let's move.
Indeed.
The mayor's eyes glow.
Thorgar
with
Shield
unholy
Splitter.
light. His crumbling visage scowls down at you from his seat high on the throne.
Very cool design with the shield on his back.
Yeah. Yeah, very nice.
Remnant.
Gesture of defiance before crumbling into dust.
The chest over here.
These
Ooh,
records
66 remnants,
mention
nice.
glowing gems suitable for inexpensive lighting. You find no
Cool.
other information about any kind of jewels.
No, King Cosmo. I saw your post over on, I guess it was Slack or whatever recently about PvP exploits. We have not had time to look at any kind of PvP related issues, and frankly, I just don't really see us doing that anytime in the near future. PvP is just not a big part of DDO right now. Your Dumpling says, asks, do we ever see the game getting a pay once model? No. It isn't just sub-based though, and it is free to play. So that I think really is one of the larger reasons why. But yeah, that's pretty quick and easy. But I'm not actually aware of too many exploits in PvP. There is definitely, PvP is not the most balanced because classes in DDO tend to, similar to pen and paper, casters start off a little weak, get very strong. Melee tends to start off strong, get a little weak. Weaker, comparatively. So.
AoE. Every king, baby, here's a heal for you.
How does a level 15 character take out a level 30 character in 3 seconds then? I would need to know. I mean, if you have your combat log, I'd be curious to have seen what was going on there. You know, if they did an insta-kill spell on you and you failed your save, that'll do it, you know? If they're doing... I mean, yeah, could be an exploit, but who knows, right? But it could be legit. I mean, you know, it does happen where you gotta make a save or die. Level 15, you certainly have access to those spells.
If a 15 kills you at 30, reroll.
No, I don't know if that's necessarily true though. Because what if you're a build that, say, I don't know, you can always roll a 1 on a save throw, you know? Level 15 character can totally cast an insta-kill spell. We are talking PvP here, too.
What, you should have your death block and death ward on.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm just saying the circumstances. I mean, a level 15 caster could, if they had a lot of you know, spell power and such, they could totally probably outmax a level 30 non sort of stacked up hit point character. But again, I don't know the circumstances. That's all speculation here. Blinded me, knocked me to the floor, beat me dead. Yeah, that'll happen. I love it, Kubert. If I could be any animal in the world, how terrible would it think this question is? That is my kind of humor. I love it. I would probably be a turtle. And I think the question was just fun.
Oh, I marked that down.
Yep. Is there a way to buy things from the store for someone else with your DDO points, or buy someone else DDO points? There are a few giftable items in the DDO store, but as a general rule, no. Outside of, say, like boxes of chocolate and some of the other things that are deliberately meant to be gifted. So there are some. Up to and including the XP stones. Autos boxes. But there is a way to gift DDO points. You can go to the DDO Market. It is the out-of-game store for real money. You know, just straight up dollars and cents or pounds or what have you. And we do supply game time codes that can be given to other folks. Cool. I love the sound of the Babyliths. They're cool. You're right, Power Word Blind has no saving throw. Gotta do a blindness immunity there.
Yeah, they have a good death rattle.
Yeah.
Voices.
You examine the ancient tome and verify that it is the master manifest you were sent to collect. The dwarves will be happy to hear.
Ooh, someone got an Amulet of the Makers.
Amulet of the Makers.
That you stopped a drow incursion into one of their ancient towns.
Shadow's Embrace.
And
Nice.
the Shadows, the belt. Nice. Did you want to go back and do the other optionals, or you just want to go on to the next one?
Well, we just go on to the next one. That's fine.
These are fairly brutal on Reaper, by the way.
I imagine they probably are deliberately, yes. I'm gonna say the devs are probably, you know, at this point, like, well, we don't want to make it easy on Reaper.
I appreciate that they put a bar in here so you can repair between quests if you die.
Uh-huh. Any chance of a hotfix for the lava and tar not
Which one are
stripping
you
off
doing next?
properly? We are to the point of strike back.
Oh, this one's great. I love this one.
I appreciate what you're saying.
This one and the end one are my favorites.
Zantetsu, please get me more information about the lava
Except
and
I don't
tar
think you
issue.
complete the optional.
Oh, really? Huh.
Someone went in elite. Did you win elite?
Yep.
Yeah, I've killed every single drow in this quest, and I still couldn't get the slaves to leave. Twice.
Yeah, I don't know.
So you want to sniff the flowers or just go fast?
Oh, I don't really care. I'll just sort of kind of do our typical mix of both. Putz along until we get to the end. Oh, an Epic Elite Von 5.
Okay. Then let's get the package over here.
Oh, DDO Geek Mom, yeah. Yeah. But they what? They played my character? Isn't that kind of like reading a diary or something? Yeah. They saw my inventory! King Corin, we have talked about a sort of guild message board outside of the guild message of the day system, but we just haven't done the work to do that yet. One of our things that we have thought that we'd like to do is return to the amenity and guild airship system for a little bit and do some of those long-standing requests that we've had. I don't know when we're actually going to have the time to do that. You know, clearly it's not going to be before Ravenloft. So we'll kind of have to see where we end up with on that. But it's cool. I think it might happen. I just don't know at all when that might be. And I like the idea of kind of a larger guild bio. It's certainly something we're aware that people would like us to do. It's all lava. Something is causing the lava effect to never time out. That sucks.
I really enjoy this quest, the multiple ways to get in and out.
Yeah. Agreed, Gravissers. We have more guilds hitting the level cap, which may also be a good reason to do it.
So we have the information to talk to the drow. Do you want to go that way or go through the cavern?
Oh, just go up front. Well, we can just... I don't know. Can we talk our way through it? I guess we could talk our way through it.
Wait.
A large gong stands next to the bridge, allowing visitors to announce themselves.
Yeah.
And
There she is.
parley with the drow. The gong's hollow clash echoes through the cave. The drow
Did you
guards
pick up the package?
Yep.
A well-armored female on the first platform calls out to you.
All right, let's go.
Approach and speak with me, stranger. House Avathul would know your business here. Go ahead and open the gate. Disable the wards, cries the drow officer, who then adds, You there. Follow the bridge.
When is
Me
DDO
personally, I like
Cast
beating
Ask the
everything to
Devs
death with
going
my
out?
fists.
It's up to Patrick, but I was told it would be today? Today or tomorrow? I think today, though. And yes, you want to listen, because there is a thing, at least one thing, in there that is new. Why, hello, mysterious noble.
Is this the priestess from the Ziggurat in the Schindler quest line?
Ooh, I don't know. That's an interesting question I'd have to ask. Wouldn't surprise me if they tried to kind of bring him back.
Or she might be the one that's plotting against her mother in the...
Oh, DDO Cast is up now? Okay, well then after the show here, listen to it. Sev was chatty.
You are not allowed past this point, stranger. Now back away, lest you exhaust our patience. A shrill whistling sound echoes through the darkness.
When a pet or hireling falls or dies in the lava
Thunderstorm.
and tar, when you res them, they slowly die again because of the lava timer. And it sounds like, from what I'm hearing, characters affected by that need to log out and back in order to have it wear off. So clearly that's not an issue.
I'm sorry, it was this room.
Dagkare, on the sales page in the store are not matching up on the astral shards. Make sure you're looking at the stack of 500 astral shards, but I will follow up on that after the show here. Any updates on getting the DDO store back in game? Yeah, it should be coming soon. I would think a patch update. It looks like Lotro is going to be getting the tech work necessary to resolve this issue that'll allow us to get this done for DDO with Mordor here at the end of the month. Our announced release date is July 31st. And that once that tech work gets fully sussed out and made sure everything works, we'll be bringing it to DDO as well. So I'm going to guess a patch update before Ravenloft, hopefully. Are we not at Comic-Con? Nope, we're not at Comic-Con. I don't think we've ever been at Comic-Con. I've never been to Comic-Con.
Spell ward in the next hall, hang to the left.
Cool.
Get his door out of there. Okay.
I don't know which quest is set to drop the stone quarterstaff, so... Linabelle did some of that loot work. She's on vacation this week, and I need to ask her about that when she gets back. It sounds like maybe we have a couple things that are not appearing where they should be, and I don't know... She would actually know where they're supposed to be appearing, so... We'll find out soon enough.
I keep looking for Reapers.
The external store will be the same as it is for Lotra once it's brought in. So what's going to happen is you will have an option to still use the external store if you want to. People like myself who are doing live streams maybe don't want that stuff popping up on their screen. And some people just like the external store. So that's going to be an option that you will have to opt into. By default, it'll load in-game. Now, one other quick caveat, though, to that as well, is that...
Infight next.
On a nearby desk.
Really quick caveat to that as well, is that if you are on Vista or XP still, there ain't a lot of you, but there is a couple percentage points of you out there, you will have to use the external store. And the reason for that is those two operating systems are not PCI compliant.
This whole time I haven't had power attack on.
Well, clearly it's been working.
Why does it, Corda? Why does it turn power attack off when you log off? Some things turn off, some things stay on.
Right. In terms of the why in general things turn off is it's not saved in character data. It's rather an activated ability. So, you know, when you first log in to the game, it is not preserved. There is an issue with data bloat where everything that's, you know, preserved on logout means that your character data size grows on logout. So we do have some thresholds we need to meet there. But we could probably, well, I don't know. I can't speak for the engineering team on that. I don't know what their opinion of allowing it to be preserved would be. But that's generally why. Because the more stuff that needs to be sort of marked on your character data every time you log out and log in means it grows in size. Times however many characters there are in the game. You will not prevail against me.
Anybody have eyes on her?
Yes, other side. Oh, here we go.
So can you give us a spoiler? The demon at the end of this, he says it's going to cause trouble. Is he going to be featured in future expansions?
Oh, I don't want to spoil that. Definitely could be that we haven't seen the end of Grost.
He is one of the coolest looking bad guys you've come up with in a while. Where is she now?
I think she's exploiting her Kenneth boots of propulsion. Yes, Gravissers, we will absolutely have an option to
Remnant.
open the DDO store externally, even when we bring in the updated DDO store in-game. So the only people who will not have that option will be those running on Vista and XP, and that's really something that we just don't have a choice over, we have to do. A couple of phase spiders incoming. Ooh, light bolt slinger. Nice.
Hey, Rocky, you got a detour?
I got the light bolt slinger. Heck yeah.
Nice.
Well, I can't get rid of those darts. Or that wand. Or those arrows. Alright, I think that's probably going to wrap it up then for today's show. Yeah, that is a nice repeater. It's very nice. Perfect for that level range. IMO.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure. Hashtag bear die.
Word. Hey, as a matter of fact, I think Patrick asked about Bear Die in DDO Caster, so you might want to go and take a listen to that. We put Sev on the spot about Bear Die, so.
I will go and listen to DDO.
Yeah. Alright, so that is going to wrap it up. Hope you enjoy the 20% Reaper XP boost. I'll be back next week on Galanda. This will be kind
Which
of a
podcast was that
heroic. DDO Cast. DDOcast.com. I have to do some inventory management on this character for sure.
Is Seamus still in that one?
No, he hasn't really been around there for a while. He's kind of doing his own stream thing at the moment. All right. So anyway, I'll be back on G-Land next Wednesday. We do have shows all weekend.
Bears. Oh my! YouTube page.
Could repeat that YouTube page? Alright, anyway, I will see you guys around. Thank you very much for being here. Talk to you again soon.